We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 41, Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. Back to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The slot man in motion right. To throw again on second down. Burrow. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Burrow Gets this one quickly out wide. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, that's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now Gino on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The Seahawks at 13-2 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And last week was a bit of a nail-biter, a 3-point victory, but it's also the kind of game that reveals a team's true character. They fought all the way and came out victorious.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
88 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
26 Mike. Yeah.
Throwing now is Geno. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on, and I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Here we go. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Off the screen.
They snap it to Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Escaping the pressure right. This caught by Fant toward the sideline. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. They'll try and run Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Ready? 26 months. Better bring it.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action with Burrow. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
11-90.
This time they stay on the ground. And some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 100. With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in